Good day, everyone. Today I'll be presenting on price planning for international marketing, which is a crucial aspect of a company's global strategy. As part of the marketing plan, businesses must decide not only how much to charge, but also how to deliver their products or services to customers around the world. Price planning refers to the process of setting competitive and strategic prices for goods and services in international trades. This step is essential in a marketing plan as it ensures that the business can remain competitive, enter new markets effectively, and sustain profitability despite the complexities of global trade. Several factors influence this, such as export costs, foreign currency values, and transportation availability. These impact both pricing and distribution in international settings. In essence, price is the monetary value of a good or service. It comes in many forms like interest for loans, fares for travel, and fees for professional services. When a company aims to earn profit, three major pricing factors come into play, which are the cost, consumer demand, and competition. Let's discuss these three key influences more specifically. First is the cost. A company cannot afford to sell a product below its cost of production or purchase. Apart from standard operational costs, companies involved in international marketing face additional costs like product modifications to meet cultural or legal standards, taxes and fees such as tariffs and licensing costs, exchange rates which can affect the cost of inputs based on currency value fluctuations, and lastly, the transportation costs which are often higher internationally due to long distances. Next is the consumer demand. As prices increase, demand usually decreases. This is a basic economic principle. However, international demand is also influenced by local income levels, cultural preferences, economic conditions, and legal regulations, all of which must be considered when setting a price. Lastly is the competition. If there are many sellers offering similar products, competition intensifies. This forces companies to adjust prices, offer promotions, or improve customer value. In international markets, companies must compete not only with local businesses but also with other global exporters. Now let's explore the different pricing methods that companies may use in international markets. So first is the markup pricing. Markup pricing involves adding a fixed percentage to the cost of a product to determine its selling price. For example, if an item costs 50 pesos and the markup is 40%, the markup will be 20 pesos, making the final selling price 70 pesos. This method is useful in stable markets, but the percentage may vary depending on product demand. Essential goods often have low markups, while luxury or seasonal items with uncertain demand may have higher markups. Next is a new product pricing. When launching a new product, businesses can choose from three main strategies, which are the competitive pricing, scheme pricing, and penetration pricing. So first, competitive pricing, where prices align with current market rates. This works well when similar products already exist. Second is scheme pricing, where a high initial price is set to attract buyers who are willing to pay more, often to recover development costs. However, it risks attracting competitors and limiting sales volume. Lastly is the penetration pricing, where a low initial price is set to quickly enter the market and attract customers, especially effective in price-sensitive or emerging economies. Next, we have psychological pricing. Psychological pricing aims to influence customer perception through price presentation. Some of the common strategies include promotional pricing, such as seasonal sales or loss leaders like discounted milk to attract more customers. Odd even pricing, where items are priced at 9.99 pesos instead of 10 pesos to achieve cheaper. Prestige pricing, where high prices signal luxury or quality, commonly used by brands like Louis Vuitton. And lastly, price lining, where products are grouped into set price ranges like all suits priced at 150, 225, or 300 pesos to make shopping more easier for consumers. So another one is discount pricing. Discount pricing involves price reductions to increase sales or reward specific purchasing behaviors. And there are four common types. So first, seasonal discounts are price reductions based on time of year and to clear out of season stock, and cash discounts to encourage early payments such as 2 over 10 at 30, meaning a 2% discount if paid within 10 days. Quantity discounts to encourage bulk buying where unit price drops with volume such as buy 3 get 1 free. And trade discounts often to give retailers or distributors as a percentage of the listed price. Lastly, pricing in global markets comes with special challenges. Exchange rate fluctuations can lead to unexpected profits or losses, and to manage this, companies may use counter trade, where goods or services are exchanged directly instead of using cash. Another issue is dumping, where companies sell goods abroad at prices lower than in their home country. While this may benefit consumers, it can harm local businesses and lead to job losses. That's why many governments enforce anti dumping laws and tariffs. Moreover, in many global markets, pricing is negotiated, not fixed. Bargaining is a common in countries with strong informal markets, and businesses must understand local customs and negotiation practices to succeed.
Now let's move to the global distribution activities. Distribution channel are paths taken by a good service to get from the producer to the final user. In simple terms, a distribution channel is the route that a product or service takes to get from the company that makes it to the person who ultimately buys and uses it. Direct distribution channel. It is where the producer sells goods and services directly to the final user. This is the most straightforward way to sell. The company that creates the product sells it directly to the people who will use it without any middleman involved. Indirect distribution channel. This is where goods and services are sold with the use of one or more intermediaries between the producer and the consumer. This involves using one or more middlemen to help get the product from the producer to the consumer. These middlemen are called intermediaries. This is an example of common distribution channels. In Channel A, this is the most direct channel where the producer sells directly to the consumer. Channel B, in this channel, a retailer acts as an intermediary between the producer and the consumer. Channel C, this channel includes both a wholesaler and a retailer. The producer sells to the wholesaler, who then sells to the retailer, and finally retailer sells to the consumer. Channel D. This is the most complex channel shown. It includes an agent or broker who facilitates the sale from the producer to a wholesaler. The wholesaler then sells to a retailer who sells to the customer. Distribution channel members. Intermediary is any person or organization in the distribution channel that moves goods and services from the producer to the consumer. Example of an intermediary is an agent, also referred as broker. They bring together the buyer and seller but does not take ownership of the products. Another example of intermediary is a wholesaler. It is a business that buys large quantities of an item and resells them to a retailer. There are 5 functions of wholesaler. First, we have providing information. It is communicating between manufacturers and retailers. They tell manufacturers what's selling well in stores and tell retailers about new products. Second is the processing orders. They provide the needed products for retailers to sell. They take orders from retailers and make sure they get the product they need. Third is storing and transporting. It is maintaining warehouse and shipping capabilities. They keep products in warehouse and ship them to retailers. Fourth is the financing and taking possession. It is accepting ownership of finished goods and extending credit to customers. They often buy the products from the manufacturer and give retailers time to pay. Lastly is promoting. It is advertising and selling to retailers and helping retailers promote to their consumers. They might advertise to retailers and help them promote products to customers. Another example of intermediary is retailers. It is a store or another business that sells directly to the final users. There are also 5 ways in serving the customers. First, we have the product selection, in which retailers offers customer a choice. This means they stock the same type of product in different variations, such as sizes, styles, and brands. Second is the convenience. Retailers try to make it easy for customers to buy their products, by adjusting to the location, hours of operation, parking availability, and ease of making purchases. Third is a product quality. The product excellence and reputation. It is where the retailers often sell products that are well made and from brands that are known for quality. This gives customers confidence in their purchases. Fourth is sales staff assistance, in which information about product features, uses, and store policies. Retailers have staff who can help customers. This includes providing information about what the product is and how to use it. It is also answering questions about store policies, returns, exchanges, and etc. Lastly, we have special services. It is a delivery, ease of exchanging or returning items, and special sales. Retailers may offer extra services to make shopping better for customers. These can include delivering products to the customer's home, making it easy to return or exchange item if the customer is not satisfied, and lastly, offering sales or discounts. Retailers in the US are viewed in 6 major categories. First, we have convenience stores. These are stores that are close to customers' homes. This is where they sell home and school essentials. Second is the general merchandise stores. They sell a larger variety of product types. Example of this are supermarkets, department stores, discount stores. Third is the specialty stores. These stores sell shoes, furniture, clothing, sporting goods, computer software, and baked goods that are commonly sold in stores that is specialized in a limited product line. Fourth, we have direct sellers. Example of this are mail order, telephone contacts, door-to-door marketing, and email messages. Fifth is an online retailers. These are stores in which consumers can view prices and purchase online such as Shopee, Lazada, Amazon.com, and eBay. Lastly, we have an automatic vending. Vending machines usually sell soft drinks, snacks, and newspapers, and also ATMs that provide financial services. So what is hypermarkets? Hypermarkets is a very large store that combines a supermarket and a department store. It's a one-stop shopping place, meaning you can buy almost everything you need in one trip. You can find a wide selection of food items like in a supermarket and general merchandise like in a department store. Hypermarkets are superstore, a giant one-stop shopping facilities that offer a wide variety of grocery items and department store merchandises, and an example of these are SM, Ayala, and Gaisano, in which you can buy groceries, clothes, electronics, home goods, and much more, all under one roof. International retailing activities are fast food and snack food companies that sells pizza, hamburger, fried chicken, yogurt, and ice cream to the road in many countries. Example of this are McDonald's, Pizza Hut, or other similar businesses that sells food items and operate retail stores in various countries around the world. We have a global intermediaries, and distribution channels used for international trade are often different from those for domestic trade. Common international intermediaries includes export management company, in which they provide complete distribution services for business that desire to sell in foreign markets. Essentially, an export management company acts as an export department for a company. If a company wants to start selling its product in other countries but doesn't have the knowledge or resources to do so, it can hire an export management company to handle everything for them. This includes things like finding customers, arranging shipping, and dealing with paperwork. Second, we have Export Trading Company. It is a full-service global intermediary. They buy and sell products, conducts market research, and distribute goods abroad. It also involves in banking, financing, and production activities. They not only help with the distribution but also take on other roles. They might buy products from a company and then resell them in other countries, research foreign markets to identify opportunities, and even get involved in financing export transactions. Third, we have freight forwarder, in which they ship goods to customers to other countries. Freight forwarders are specialists in arranging the transportation of goods across international borders. They handle the logistics of getting products from one place to another, which involves things like booking cargo, space on ships or planes, dealing with custom regulations, and preparing shipping documents. Lastly, we have a custom broker, also called as a custom house broker, specializes in moving goods through the custom process. It involves inspections of imported products and payments of duties. Custom brokers are licensed in countries in which they work. They help companies navigate the complex rules and regulation of importing and exporting goods. They specialize in dealing with customs authorities, ensuring that all the necessary paperwork is filed correctly, and arranging for the payment of tariffs or duties.
Moving goods around the world. In today's globalized market, businesses must efficiently move goods across international borders. This process involves proper packaging, documentation, and selecting the best transportation methods to ensure products reach their destination safely and on time. Understanding these factors is essential for companies engaged in international trade. Preparing for shipping. Before shipping goods internationally, businesses must ensure they are properly packed and labeled. This step is crucial to prevent damage, reduce theft, and comply with international shipping regulations. K labeling requirements include shipper's name and address to identify the sender. Country of origin. It indicates where the product was manufactured. Container's weight and size. It helps in handling and loading. Numbers of packages per container. It ensures accurate tracking. Destination details. It specifies where the goods are going. Hazardous materials labels. It's important for safety and regulatory compliance. Using universal symbols such as fragile, keep dry, and handle with care helps handlers understand special instructions regardless of language barriers. Documentation for exporting goods. International shipments require specific documents to clear customs and comply with international trade laws. These documents include bill of lading, a contract between the exporter and transportation company that outlines shipments details such as weight, value, and destination. Certificate of origin, a document confirming where the goods were manufactured, which may impact tariffs and trade agreements. Export declaration, required for U.S. exports over $500, listing the contents and value of the shipments. Destination control statement, specifies which countries the goods can be legally shipped to, ensuring compliance with trade restrictions. Lastly, insurance certificate protects against losses from fire, theft, or damage during transportation. These documents are essential to avoid delays and legal issues when moving goods across borders. Transportation in the global markets. Selecting the right mode of transportation depends on factors such as cost, speed, and the type of goods being shipped. First, transportation in the global markets is the motor carrier. Motor carriers transport goods and sometimes people via roads. They are commonly used in the Philippines because of their flexibility and availability. Examples are JNT, Lala Move, and AP Cargo, which use trucks and vans. Second example is Angkas, Movit, and Maxim, motorcycle delivery or passenger. One scenario is an online seller in QC uses Movit to deliver clothes to a customer in passing. Meanwhile, a delivery truck brings supplies from Cavite to supermarkets in Metro Manila. Second is railroad. Railroads are used to move large bulk shipments over land. In the Philippines, train freight is limited but it has potential if expanded. Example is the Philippine National Railways or PNR. Through mainly for passengers, it's being upgraded for cargo in the future. One scenario, for example, is in an improved system, gravel or cement from Batangas could be transported by train to Metro Manila, helping decongest roads. Third is waterway. Water transport is the key in the Philippines because we are an archipelago. It is the most cost effective for moving goods between islands or even internationally. Examples are To Go, Montenegro Lines, and light shipping. Ports like ports of Manila, Cebu Port, and Davao Port. One scenario is fresh produce like bananas from Davao is loaded into a ship and transported to Manila for export, or imported goods like appliances arrive via the port of Batangas. Fourth is pipeline. Pipelines are used for transporting liquid or gas materials like oil and fuel. It's not visible to the public but is essential for energy and fuel supply. Example is Petron's pipeline from Bataan Refinery to Pandacan, Manila before it was decommissioned. Pipelines are still used to deliver fuel to storage terminals and depots. Example scenario is oil refined in Limay, Bataan is transported via underground pipeline to distribution stations in Metro Manila without using trucks. The fifth transportation is containerization. This is the use of large, standardized containers to transport goods efficiently across different modes of transportation, like, for example, ship to truck to train, without unloading the contents. Example is a shipment of clothes from Vietnam arrives in Manila inside a container. The same container is loaded onto a truck and delivered directly toward a warehouse in Laguna. The goods stay inside the container the whole time, making the process faster and safer. The sixth transportation is air carrier. Air transport is the fastest option, perfect for urgent, high value, or perishable goods. It's often used for both domestic and international shipping. Examples are PAL Cargo, Cebu Pacific Cargo, and LDC Air, in airports in Naiya, Manila, and Mactan Cebu International Airport. An example scenario is fresh mangoes from Guimaras are flown to Japan via Naiya for export, or a tech company in Cebu ships electronics via air to Singapore to meet tight delivery deadlines. And lastly, the intermodal transportation. This is when a shipment uses multiple modes of transport, like ship to truck to plane, to reach its final destination efficiently. Examples is imported goods from China arrive by ship in Manila, then are transferred by truck to warehouse in Bulacan. Or local products from Davao or Cagayan de Oro are trucked to the port, shipped to Cebu, and finally delivered by motorcycle to customers. And those are the 7 transportation modes in the global markets. International business perspective. The Panama Canal, a key trade route. The Panama Canal is one of the most critical waterways in international trade. It connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, reducing travel distance by 7,000 miles for ships transporting goods between North America, South America, and Asia, by shortening travel time and lowering costs. The canal plays a major role in global commerce. In conclusion, the global distribution of goods requires careful planning, from packaging and documentation to transportation choices. Businesses must adapt to different logistical challenges and trade regulations to ensure smooth and cost-effective movement of products worldwide.